During a relay race, members of a team take turns running, orienteering, swimming, cross-country skiing, biathlon, or ice skating parts of a circuit or performing a certain action. Relay races take the form of professional races and amateur games. In the Olympic Games, there are several types of relay races that are part of track and field. Relays in swimming. A swimming relay of 4 swimmers usually follows this strategy: second fastest, third fastest, slowest, then fastest. However, it is not uncommon to see either the slowest swimmer racing in the second slot, or in order from slowest to fastest. FINA rules require that a foot of the second, third or fourth swimmer must be contacting the platform while the incoming teammate is touching the wall. The starting swimmer may already be in motion, however, which saves 0.6 to 1.0 seconds compared to a regular start. Besides, many swimmers perform better in a relay than in an individual race owing to a team spirit atmosphere. As a result, relay times are typically 2 to 3 seconds faster than the sum of best times of individual swimmers. Relays in athletics. In athletics, the 2 standard relays of the 4 times 100 meters relay and the 4 times 400 meters relay. Traditionally, the 4 times 400 meters relay finals of the last event of a truck meet, and is often met with a very enthusiastic crowd, especially if the last leg is a close race. It is hard to measure exact splits in a 4 times 400 relay. For example, if a team ran a 3-minute 4 times 400, it does not mean every runner on the team has to run a 45-second open 400, because a person starts accelerating before she has the baton, therefore allowing for slightly slow overall open 400 times. A 4 times 400 relay generally starts in lanes for the first leg, including the handoff. The second leg then proceeds to run in lanes for the first 100 meters, after which point the runners are allowed to break into the first lane on the back stretch, as long as they do not interfere with other runners. A race organizer then puts the third leg runners into a line depending on the order in which they are running. The faster teams pass first, while the slower teams have to slide into the inside lanes as they come available. 4 times 200, 4 times 800, and 4 times 1600 relays exist as well, but they are rarer, especially at the high school level, where schools generally have only 1 or 2 competitive strong runners in such events. Rules and strategy. Each runner must hand off the baton to the next runner within a certain zone, usually marked by triangles on the track. In sprint relays, runners typically use a lined handoff, where the second runner stands on a spot predetermined in practice and starts running when the first runner hits a visual mark on the track. The second runner opens the hand behind them after a few strides, by which time the first runner should be caught up and able to hand off the baton. Usually a runner will give an auditory signal, such as "stick," repeated several times, for the recipient of the baton to put out his hand. In middle-distance relays or longer, runners begin by jogging while looking back at the incoming runner and holding out a hand for the baton. A team may be disqualified from a relay for losing the baton, making an improper baton pass, especially when not passing in the exchange zone, false starting, improperly overtaking another competitor, preventing another competitor from passing, willfully impeding, improperly crossing the course, or in any other way interfering with another competitor. Based on the speed of the runners, the generally accepted strategy used in setting up a 4-person relay team is second fastest, third fastest, slowest, then fastest. although some teams use second fastest, slowest, third fastest, then the fastest. But if a runner is better in the starting blocks than the others, he is sometimes moved to the first spot because it is the only spot that uses starting blocks. Competitions. The largest relay event in the world is the Norwegian Holmenkollstafetten. 2,944 teams of 15 starting and ending at Bislett Stadium in Oslo, which had a total of 44,160 relay competitors on May 10, 2014. Another large relay event is the Penn Relays, which attracts over 15,000 competitors annually on the high school, collegiate and professional levels, and over its 3 days attracts upwards of 100,000 spectators. It is credited with popularizing relay racing in the sport of track and field. The world's longest relay race is Japan's Prince Takamatsu Cup Nishi Nippon Round Kyushu-Ekiden, which begins in Nagasaki and continues for 1,064 kilometers. Long-distance relays. Long-distance relays have become increasingly popular with runners of all skill levels. These relays typically have 5 to 36 legs, each usually between 5 and 10 kilometers long, though sometimes as long as 16 kilometers. Races under 100 kilometers are run in a day, with each runner covering 1 or 2 legs. Longer relays are run overnight, with each runner typically covering 3 legs. Medley relay. Medley relay events are also occasionally held in track meets, usually consisting of teams of 4 runners running progressively longer distances. The distance medley relay consists of 4 legs run at distances of 1,200, 400, 800, and 1,600 meters, in that order. The sprint medley relay usually consists of 4 legs run at distances of 400, 200, 200, and 800 meters, though a more uncommon variant of 200, 100, 100 and 400 meters also exists. See also Swedish relay. In medley swimming, each swimmer uses a different stroke: backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, and freestyle, with the added limitation that the freestyle swimmer cannot use any of the first 3 strokes. At competitive levels, essentially all freestyle swimmers use the front crawl. Note that this order is different from that for the individual medley, in which a single swimmer swims butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle in a single race, in that order. Relays on Coinage. Relay race events have been selected as a main motif in numerous collectors' coins. One of the recent samples is the €10 Greek Relays commemorative coin, minted in 2003 to commemorate the 2004 Summer Olympics. In the obverse of the coin, 3 modern athletes run, holding the batons, while in the background 3 ancient athletes are shown running a race known as the Dolikos. Other relays. The game show Triple Threat had a bonus round called the Triple Threat Relay Round, which was played like a relay race. The winning team had to take turns matching song titles to its corresponding musical artists.